Hey, we're Loud Dispute.
And you're watching, listening to, and tuned into Hit the Floor. All three of those things.
Hit the floor.
So hey, it's Chris for Hit the Floor magazine. We're here on a Sunday at Download Festival with Loud Dispute. How are you doing, guys?
Good, man. How are you?
I'm very good. So you guys just flown in. Everything, you excited for your set?
Absolutely, yeah. It's first one of tour, so it's always a lot of fun. Happy to be here.
Okay, so how long are you going to be on tour for?
What is it?
2 weeks.
2 weeks?
Yeah.
A little over 2 weeks. It's short, but
Short but fun.
short but fun.
Seriously.
Exactly.
Okay, so obviously we're going to talk to you about, obviously you released your album Wildlife last year.
Correct. Yep.
Yeah. And from listening to it, I mean, this is like an intense album. Seriously, I mean, obviously the songs like King Park,
Yeah.
it's like a movie within a song. I mean, listening to it, I was like sweating by the end. You're like, what is happening here? I mean, is all this influenced by is this all real life stories on this album, or is it just kind of situations that you've kind of thought yourselves? Or?
It's a little bit of both. When writing the album, we kind of wanted to open up the topics that we discussed and kind of capture a moment in life. So try to, the stories you hear, the people you meet, the things that happen to you, the things that happen to your friends. So a lot of the stories are culled from real life situations.
Okay.
A lot of them are fabricated to kind of capture a different feeling, or So some of those stories are true, and some of them are
Okay.
based on a feeling, I guess.
So have you guys got any sort of like film influence in there? Because it's like the way it goes is like a proper storyline plot, and
Yeah.
it just builds up to this epic ending, and you're just left like, what the fuck has just happened with some of these tracks? And
I've never been a huge film guy. I think
Okay.
we like to tell stories. So this is the medium we chose to do it in.
okay, because I believe you're influenced by a lot of poetry and things. I believe
Sure,
you've got the Here experiments with the EPs.
Yeah.
I believe. What kind of made you kind of start doing that? Because you're kind of putting your own music over some well-known poetry up, and obviously some of your own as well.
Sure.
I mean, where did the kind of inspiration to kind of do that project?
Yeah,
come
well,
from?
we initially wanted to do something to kind of broaden the context, to give everyone a glimpse into everyone's individual influences. So
Okay.
on those, everyone who plays an instrument wrote a song, which Chad could talk about more. And then
Okay.
early on for me, it was my way of showing my influence was to quote people who were affecting me at the time. And later on, it's kind of transformed.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's kind of your input in it? What have you kind of been doing with it?
I mean, it's kind of a way for every musician just to do whatever they want to do. So every person a lot of times will have an idea, and you can follow through with it completely. So you play every instrument, you record every instrument, you do everything. So it's a very different thing than writing together, because when we write together, we usually combine everyone's ideas and have things feed off each other and go from one thing to another. So it's
I guess it gives you guys that freedom to be like, I want to do something a little bit different, and
Yeah.
you'd have to start another band.
Exactly.
Which is
Absolutely.
always helpful.
Definitely.
You guys are also very renowned for your live shows as well. I think someone said you put more passion into one song than a band will in their entire career, which is a big claim.
That's a big claim. No comment.
Yeah, I mean, is there any bands that you kind of listen to yourself and you saw their live shows and be like, we want to put as much energy into, as those kind of guys? Or?
I think the best shows, no matter what genre of music you're playing, are the shows that it's visually apparent how invested the person is. I don't think it necessarily has to be heavy. People don't have to be moving around or anything. That's just kind of our music.
And I think with the type of music that we play, it's almost just difficult not to do that, because at the same time on stage we're feeling so much too, and and especially all the energy from the crowd too. It's hard not to feel that much into
It's
it.
inevitable. It's not something you consciously think about or work towards.
Okay.
It's just kind of something that happens in the heat of the moment, I would say.
Yeah.
But a lot of your songs have got you don't have your standard chorus, verse, chorus, bridge structure. Do you find, is a lot of the music written beforehand, or do you normally write the lyrics before and then kind of structure it around?
It's kind of a combination of both. This last record, we wanted to kind of perfectly marry the two, make one coherent thought from the two entities. So the way we did that for most of the songs is I would come with an idea or a story or a theme, and we'd sit down at practice and kind of talk about how we could accomplish that. Whether it be moods or tones or the structure of the song. We kind of sit down and build the song from the idea, and then once the song was finished, then I would go back and put the exact lyrics down on everything. So it's a back and forth that we experimented kind of for the first time with on this last record, and I think went really well.
Have you started writing for the next one already? Is there anything kind of for the next album? I know this one's quite early on so far. But
I think everyone individually has a lot of ideas, and we haven't come together to put out. I mean, we all have ideas. I guess we've talked about things.
Yeah, we just haven't really. I mean, we kind of require a long incubation period, so I think we're all thinking about what we want to do, and working on our own things independently. But like, we'll need a little bit more of a concrete idea, I think, before we all sit down and really try to hammer it out. But hopefully soon we'll start working on it at least.
Wildlife was a bit different to your earlier stuff.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
I mean, have you got any idea of kind of where you want to take the sound, or is it just going to be?
We never do. We never do. We never sit down and really like decide we want to be this type of band or write this type of record. It kind of we have an idea and we run with it, and the five of us contribute, and what comes out comes out. And I think it'll be the same thing for the next record.
What bands are you guys listening to at the moment? Who would you recommend people to be checking out?
You go first.
What have I been listening to? It shouldn't be that difficult to figure out. PJ Harvey. I've been really into PJ Harvey lately, and not the new record. I've been rediscovering my love for old PJ Harvey records.
Okay.
So yeah, I know I've been listening to more than that. Fiona Apple.
Yeah.
New record coming out.
Yeah.
Exciting.
You thought of anything yourself?
All I could think of was things I listened to on the airplane.
Listen to on the airplane.
Lamb Chop, Mr. M, Leonard Cohen's Old Ideas. Yeah.
Well, everyone just go check out all those, and we're all happy.
There you go, perfect.
Have you guys got any last messages? You want to send out anything you need to plug at all?
No, not really. Thanks for talking to us.